That was the best game of the season. As usual, the Warriors were down the first half, but veteran center Kevon Looney started the second half and helped spark the comeback. I want to break down how Looney's impact, setting screens for Steph Curry and Andrew Wiggins, playing as a rolling big and blocking shots, made this his best game of the season and a statement win. So let's get to it. I know it's just one game, but this is by far the most impressive victory of the year considering the circumstances, and also missing Draymond and Kuminga against the best team in the league. I'll break down one play in the first half that fit the theme. We're already down the first quarter, Looney tries to go for a dribble handoff, but Kevon does a good job denying from Steph. The Warriors counter by having Looney rescreen, freeing up Curry and forcing his man Hartenstein to have to come out to the perimeter and contest the three ball. This allows the screener in Kevon Looney to roll to the rim, creating a 2-on-1 advantage as Wallace comes to double. SJ is supposed to be the weak side low man to tag Looney, but is too focused on the shooter, so Steph swings a nice pass to Looney for an open dunk. Great offense here. Now, the second half is where the comeback began. Instead of the rookie Quentin Post starting, credit Steve Kerr for making the adjustment and putting the veteran Looney in the lineup. Looney might not be the most athletic big man, but he just has the intangibles of knowing where to be, playing good positional defense, and having good hands. He had a season-high 4 blocks last night, including this patient one against Hartenstein, then brilliantly taps the ball a couple times towards Buddy Hield, leading to an and-one fast break layup by GB2. These are big momentum builders. One thing you can always rely on are solid Kevon Looney screens. This is something that TJD and Post both have to learn from. Steph is played hard by Lou Dort, and one thing that the Warriors centers do is run a shit ton of dribble handoffs. This secondary action involving Buddy Hield also acts as a pick on Case and Wallace, and with Looney not being a shooter, often his man is closer to the paint. Wallace has to follow the screen, and Buddy finds Hartenstein in the predictable drop coverage, and he's able to hit this slightly contested three. Looney has grown up in the Warriors' motion offensive system. He knows his role is to primarily set the best screens possible to free up shooters. On this classic Warriors baseline out of bounds play, GP2 is actually open under the basket, but Buddy's looking for the secondary action of Looney setting an exit screen to free up Steph Curry. Ludor tries to cheat the screen by overplaying the pass, so Steph is able to counter this coverage by using Looney's body as another screen to catch and sidestep to the right. I mean, this is an incredibly difficult shot, so I'm sure OKC will live with this, but Curry's rhythm dribble gets him to hit a big three from the corner. Shout out Buddy Hield for some great minutes to start the second half. That was a big part in starting the comeback, and he definitely needed the boost considering how bad he's been playing for months. There are two things going on here. Wiggins goes for the dribble handoff to GP2 and immediately looks towards the weak side where Looney's setting a solid down screen for Buddy to curl on the perimeter. Kevon Wallace decides to chase from behind, and the one issue that chasing leads to is if the shooter keeps curling, they're often going to be open. In this case, Williams has to come out to contest the three-point shot, allowing the screener to cut to the rim. Still, terrible defense by just jumping randomly in the air, allowing Buddy to be patient and find Looney for the uncontested dunk. Before we get into the next play, I want to share something I'm really excited about. Over the years, I've worked hard to bring you guys content I'm proud of, and today I'm thrilled to announce my very first sponsorship, Lear Capital, a company I trust and believe in. Inflation is out of control. Groceries, gas, rent, it's like the economy is playing full court press against us. And with the US debt climbing to $37 trillion and counting, it's clear we need a new game plan, and that's where investing in gold comes in. Lear Capital has been in the game for over 27 years with $3 billion in trusted transactions and a 24-hour risk-free purchase guarantee. Call 855-271-1871 or visit trylear.com/warriorsbreakdown to get your free gold and silver wealth protection kit. There is no obligation, just free information on how to protect your money with gold and silver. You can even roll over an IRA or 401k into a gold IRA for the same tax advantages. And as a special offer, if you open a qualified account, Lear Capital will give you up to $15,000 in bonus coins. Take control of your financial playbook. Call 855-271-1871 or visit trylear.com/warriorsbreakdown today. Now back to the breakdowns. Somehow the Warriors clawed back thanks to a team-high 27 points by Andrew "Don't Trade Me at the Deadline" Wiggins. Looney goes for the dribble handoff, which also acts as a pick, allowing Wiggs to attack off the catch with his strong right hand. J-Dub is playing over the pick and Williams is in a drop, so Wiggs has a straight line drive and a 2-on-1 advantage. Sweet one-handed bounce pass to Loon for a contested layup. This is good offense. Let's run another play for Wiggins. Kyle Anderson has the ball in the post, running the Warriors' triple split action. Lu Dort is top blocking Steph, so he first counters by back cutting towards the rim. This allows Wiggins to read and react and run off Guy Santos' second screen. One main way to counter the Warriors' split actions is to switch these off-ball screens. However, SGA did not get the memo in time, leading to a super late switch. By now, Wiggins is running to the ball for an in-rhythm catch-and-shoot three-pointer. Probably got fouled too, but Wiggs is unfortunately not a free throw merchant. I just love aggressive Andrew Wiggins. On the strong side, Dennis sets a pin down and the Thunder switch. So Kyle Anderson immediately looks to the right to run a DHO with Wiggins, who attacks again off the catch after Anderson's screen forces Dort to try to fight over. Now you got a one-on-one with Williams with the full steam ahead, and Wiggs uses his strength to finish this tough shot. This play is another classic, and the Warriors often run it with Draymond when the defense is denying Steph off ball. One way to counter this type of coverage is to run the blind pig action, in which Steph is looking and pointing at GP2 to first pass to Looney, who immediately runs a blind handoff action with Steph while simultaneously setting a screen on his defender. This would technically catch Looney's defender off guard, but even he notices his play as in a high show. You just gotta respect the greatest shooter of all time and his ability to hit contested 27-footers off the catch. He's just different. Now in this play, it did not end up being a bucket, but I want to highlight Looney's instincts playing the last decade with Steph Curry. GP2 gets the ball and we got two down screens. First one set by Pods and the Thunder switch. Then Looney sets a higher pick with Joe chasing over, and predictably Hartenstein comes out the trap. This is an extremely important trait for a superstar to have, and I'm talking about the ability to fight the pressure and pass out of double teams. Curry actually bodies Hartenstein up, so now there's a momentary 5-on-4 advantage, and he sees Looney open in the paint after Wallace rotates down low. Looney with the great hands after the deflection and draws a foul for free throws. Let's put up another defensive highlight. Free throw merchant SGA gets past the point of attack defender GP2, but at least Payton is forcing him to his weak left hand. However, the Thunder have terrible spacing here, with Lu Dort unknowingly cutting and bringing his defender in Pods right into his favorite charge-taking spot, forcing SGA to think twice and adjust in midair. Looney also smartly comes to rotate off a non-shooter to block the shot, and it's a collective effort as the Warriors get a big stop into free throws at the other end. Andrew Wiggins was just cooking them with these drives. Pistol action where a shooter runs a DHO with Wiggs and the Thunder play straight up. Then Wiggs uses Kyle Anderson's screen to find Hartenstein in another drop coverage. Wiggins is best at a straight line drive, like I said, just him and the defender. A nice Euro step to trick Hartenstein, and he gets a high percentage look with a beautiful floater. Great offense. Again, I want to highlight Looney's instinctive ability to play off of Steph Curry. Double ball screen up top for Steph, and the Thunder miscommunicate on this when Kaysen does not get the memo to switch to first screen. So when Looney's second pick comes, Wallace has to try to fight and recover. Hartenstein has come out to prevent the three-point shot, and this opens up Looney for another roll to the rim where Curry times this perfect pass. SGA has to rotate over as the weak side low man and is forced to foul Loon for more free throws. Kevon Looney was an elite rim protector last night. Hartenstein comes for the high pick and roll and Looney's playing a drop. Jalen Williams decides to snake the dribble back to his right hand and attack Looney in the drive, but Looney's able to slide his feet well and time this beautiful block out of bounds. Textbook defense right there. Let's run the same stagger screen action for Steph Curry. OKC again simply miscommunicates here. They're supposed to switch this first on-ball pick by Dennis, but you can see Isaiah Joe point to Lu Dort to avoid the mismatch and stay on Steph. Curry doesn't even use a second Looney screen and pulls up from 30 feet with a late contest. This is when I finally start to believe that the Warriors won't choke. And for the last play, let's involve all three players I highlight today in my video. On-ball pick by Looney and the Thunder double-team Steph. This might not seem like much, but Looney being wide open for a couple seconds forces Lu Dort to help early from the weak side. This is probably an unnecessary help, as now there is a 2-on-1 advantage in the corner where shooter is raising his hand and screaming that he is setting an off-ball screen. Details matter in basketball, and I'm glad Dennis is slowly learning the off-ball system that Golden State runs. Steph recognizes this and drives to draw the attention of the defense before waiting for Wiggins to slide down to the corner for better spacing and then swinging him for the dagger 3. There you guys have it. Arguably the best win of the season came against the best team in the West, led by free throw merchant SGA with 50 points. Despite the Warriors lacking a superior big man, it was an unlikely hero, the veteran Kevon Looney, who showed up big time and contributed everything in the Warriors system. Looney set perfect screens to free up shooters, timed his rolls to the rim for free throws and dunks, and played disciplined defense. His non-stat sheet plays helped both Andrew Wiggins and Steph Curry explode in the second half. Wiggins attacked the paint off of handoffs or layups, while Steph and others used on and off ball screens to drain dagger catch and shoot three-pointers. You can always rely on Looney to show up when it counts, do all the little things, and make winning plays, and he certainly showed up big last night. This is a statement win in what has been an otherwise rough last few months, but it proves that with the right lineups and effort, the Warriors can still compete with the best. Now on to another big game against the Suns, so if you guys like this breakdown, like and subscribe to see more.